Mics or something? There it is. Welcome to the first ever remote edition of the Cleveland Browns 2-minute warning show, brought to you by the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. To my left, I have Earl the Pearl.
What up?
I got G. Bush. I'm Mikey McNuggets. We got Anthony. We were at Sweet Pork Wilson's right off 117th in Madison here, guys. It was an absolutely who watches, who supports. Come out. Hey, we didn't have for this too. I think we're back up. I see the slate. We're back on, guys. All right, let's dive into the nitty-gritty here. All right. This offense is absolute dog crap. There's nothing positive to break down about this game. The Browns got into the red zone, into the 5-yard line. Quinshon Judkins was MIA, nowhere to be found. They attempted to throw the ball a few times. Dillon Gabriel had a couple nice throws. A couple throws that were he threw a couple nice balls that were dropped. The offensive line was bad. The play calling left a lot to be desired. And at the end of the day, guys, we're looking at another game with there's still about a minute left here where they barely are able to crack double digits. Earl, no, we're not talking 20. We ain't even talking 17.
We ain't even
I'm talking
10 points, bro.
Double
10
digits.
points.
Double digits.
10 points.
And continually, week after week, we're having these same conversations about how disappointing it is to come out and watch the Browns play offense like this.
Man, it's like the same thing, different week, just different opponent, right? Like every aspect of this offense from top to bottom is horrific. Whether you want to talk about the play calling, the scheme itself, it looks like different quarterbacks, same old, same old. Dillon Gabriel put some balls on the dime. Some throws was absolutely horrific. Then you had other throws that were great throws that ended up being drops. If you had a big play and ended up coming back for a penalty, it just seemed like, damn, what the hell was that on the goal line? You finally get a goal line opportunity, and you don't even get Quinshon Judkins in the game to at least carry the ball at least one time. And so it just seems like every single aspect of this offense is horrific, and it's getting worse and worse by the week. The balance that this offense had last week totally was just washed away this week here, right? We knew that the Pittsburgh Steelers could get got on the ground, and the Browns ran the ball 16 times. I think Quinshon had 12 total carries.
That's it. Yep.
We throw the ball 45 times. Like, this is a Steelers team that was coming off a bye week that was very prepared, and the Cleveland Browns offense, Kevin Stefanski just didn't do a damn thing to have this team ready to go the way that they should have.
You know, I talk about all the time on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I talk about the human nature of what happens when you're playing football. And I wondered how the Cleveland Browns were going to take it going into this game. They traded Greg Newsome, the whole Flacco situation, the turmoil, what's going on at the backup quarterback position. And this is one of those games where you look back at it, and when people are dropping the ball and people is offsides and it don't seem like nothing could go correct, you're looking at the human nature and the cumulative effect of losing week over week over week over week. And I argue with my brethren all the time. We'll probably argue again about it on Monday. You can say that they care about 29, but you got to understand people is putting their bodies on the line in 25.
Facts.
People is putting their energy and effort in 25.
Facts.
And if you feel like you can just fast forward and everybody is as a number on a spreadsheet somewhere, you're not going to make it, because you have to inspire these people to go out there and continue to make plays for you, play hard, make the routine plays. And as we sit here and talk, we got somebody that's down right now. And
Cam Robinson, the left tackle they traded for 2 weeks ago.
And we just got him in the building.
So I know it's not apples to apples, and every sport's different, right? Mm-hmm. I think Joel Embiid's a loser. I do. I think Ben Simmons is a loser. And do you know what part of their losing DNA came from?
There you go.
Going through the process year after year with just the premise of we're going to accumulate talent, and eventually it's going to pay off. But you have to learn how to win. Winning does not just happen in the NFL. It doesn't happen in football. It doesn't happen in basketball. You must learn how to win just like you learn how to lose. And right now the Browns have a master's degree in losing football games. They have a PhD. Hell, they might be the only master loser in all of Cleveland, in all the NFL. No one loses better than Cleveland. They don't know how to win football games. And under Kevin Stefanski specifically, and you go back at the fashion in which they've had opportunities to win football games. Mm-hmm. How many times have we come in on a Monday and said, they were right there, but they couldn't execute this, or they couldn't execute that, or this didn't go their way, or that. I'm just sick of the excuses, guys. And at some point, it's a culture thing. Losing, it starts from the top of the organization and trickles all the way down to the practice squad, right?
There it is.
Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry are the two pillars of this franchise at establishing and setting a culture. Berry on getting the right players in that fit the culture, and Stefanski in that locker room of actually cultivating said culture. And the process was a failure in Philadelphia. And those guys to this day, they turn out to be great players. They're losers. I'm sorry. And Joel Embiid has a lot more money than me, and he won an MVP. Whatever. He's a loser. I am terrified that even some of these promising Browns rookies are being brought up in a culture that is just allergic to winning. And that doesn't bode well for me sitting forward. And if there's ever a reason, in my opinion, to make a head coaching change, I don't think it'll happen mid-season. I think you can look no further than this is a culture of losing in Cleveland. Right, it
won't happen, but it should happen. The reality of the situation is his message is falling on deaf ears right now, right? The philosophy, the whole mantra of smart, tough, accountable, all that noise is out the door, right? We seen Jerry Jeudy this past week at his press conference, with some comments that was questionable, body language that was questionable. You just look at it, and I've heard from people who are around the team every day, Mike, more than we are, that some players, they get the vibe that those guys have already checked out. Yeah. And here it is, week 6 of the season. And so for anything else, man, Kevin Stefanski, by all means, looks like that he done lost his locker room, and this team doesn't feel confident in his philosophy. And I'll tell you something else. But everybody who believes that, Jimmy Haslam put it out there and giving them a pass, and this year is what it is, and next year everybody will be back. I found this very interesting stat, and I'm interested to know what you all think about it. So any coach that has been tenured with, say, a team for at least 7 years and did not win a Super Bowl within that first 7 years never ultimately won one with said team, right? We think about all the years that Andy Reid spent in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You made it to a Super Bowl. You made it to a bunch of NFC championships. You never got over the hurdle. You think about Jeff Fisher when he was in Tennessee/LA. Same situation there. You look at the situation right now with Green Bay and Matt LaFleur. Year 7 for him. Everybody talk about Green Bay being this team that is right there on the cusp. We don't know if he's going to get it done. Shanahan hadn't been in San Francisco for over 7 years. Yeah, he's made it to a couple of Super Bowls. They didn't get it done. You look on the flip side of these coaches that's been with their organizations for over 7 and have gotten it done, the Tomlins, the Harbaughs, the McVays, etc. What's my point? If Kevin Stefanski ain't got it done by now, the data says he's not going to get it done. The Cleveland Browns need new blood. They need new breath. They need new energy. They need new everything in that locker room.
And let me tell you this too. The age-old excuse. There's three excuses I hear all the time. Well, if we get rid of him, he'll get a job somewhere else. I don't care.
Who cares?
Listen, I will shake your hand. I want everybody to get a job if they get fired somewhere else. Hey, listen, we all entitled to earn a living. The second crazy thing is, well, who are we going to get? But it ain't my job to be a general manager and to pick another coach. And the third thing that I get is people say, guys, I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear this, but listen, we're getting another quarterback and everything we're doing is in 29. Let me tell you something. I'm on the ground level. Mm-hmm. I listen, I ain't in no studio. I'm pulled up at Sweetport Wilson's and I seen thousands and thousands of Browns fans. I went to every table. And every single table of people is not trying to hear your 29 narrative. Every single one of these people say, I got my guy who said, listen, G. Bush, I take an away trip to watch the Cleveland Browns every single year. I spend money on hotel. I spend money on travel. I spend money on getting around, spending on food. And you telling me that's a slap in my face
Yeah.
That you're gonna tell me you're gonna cash my check, spend my money, and not give me a product just to watch. He said it, bro. At this point, I just want something to watch.
We really couldn't even put 10 points on the board.
No, it's disgusting.
I am baffled by that.
And you look at around the league, just the league in general, right? I think you pulled the stat up. The league average in points is 23, right? That was the league average. We're just asking to come close to average. We're not saying you have to reinvent the best show on turf Rams. We're not asking you to reinvent that 07 Patriots team that Tom Brady and Randy Moss and all those guys were setting records, or Peyton Manning when he threw for 55 touchdowns. Let's score 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Let's score one.
Just one touchdown.
There's 85, 100 people in here, right? We went through 2,000 pounds of meat today. Pause.
Crazy.
We did, though. It was ribs, there was brisket, wings,
chicken,
you're right.
Steak. Some of the best meat, too.
Some high-quality barbecue.
Smoked meats.
And these people are waiting for just one opportunity to go bonkers, man. Their drinks were flowing. We didn't drink. Steve Becker, we did not drink on the job. I promise you we did not drink on the job. We're all good, hey. There were shots flowing. It's an open bar at Sweet Pork Wilson's. Great vibe. And they're waiting for this. The Browns have officially lost, by the way. 23-9 was the final score. They fall to 1-5 on the season. Let's go over some of the bads because there's not a lot of goods. The offensive line was once again an abomination. You guys mentioned the discrepancy in the runs versus the passes. 45, I believe, was the final number in terms of pass attempts.
I believe
48 for Gabriel. I know it's a little skewed because later in the game they had to start throwing the ball, but still nowhere near balanced when I think we could all agree the Browns are significantly better at running the ball than they are at passing the ball. The two nicest passes I thought Gabriel threw all day. Fannin dropped it on a great corner. It was a great corner ball from Gabriel. And then Judy dropped the bang 8. They finally ran the bang 8. Tyvis been calling for it. And Jerry Judy alligator armed it. And it's just they can't get out of their own way. They can't get out of their own way.
I will say this, though. On some of those throws across the middle, I thought some of those
he threw some hospital balls.
I thought some of those throws they were solid throws, man. But, like, his error for margin is so small that he is going to get one of them wide receivers killed going across that middle.
He almost got Njoku
killed. So it's like you said.
I'm not saying he played great.
No,
I'm
like you said, they're hospital balls. And to the point, like, you make some good throws, the balls are dropped. And then you finally get Jerry Judy running wide open in the end zone. And then you make a horrible-ass throw. So it's one thing after another,
Can't get out of their own way.
Can't get out their own way no matter what they do. And to your point, man, the NFL average coming into this week 6, was 23.4. The Cleveland Browns after this game, coming into this week, the Browns was averaging 14.6. After this game, I'm pretty sure that average is dipped lower than what the average was in 2017 when we went 0-16.
Yeah,
it's got to be close.
That's something to think about right there.
It hurts because – you watch these games, and the Steelers went.
They weren't that good.
They're
not
crazy.
that good.
They actually like they ain't even really like that. Really, like this is not like there's 2 weeks in a row. Vikings, all right, y'all won the game. Y'all not gonna compete for nothing. Steelers, cool. Y'all not gonna compete for nothing like that. Like you guys might make the playoffs, but it's an early out. So my thing is, I'm looking at it from the perspective of if you could have just put some competent drives together. The fact that Quinshon Judkins, this is the all-encompassing part that I tell you about Kevin Stefanski all the time. You get a pass interference. You got the ball on the 5-yard line.
Where was 10?
10 is sitting on the sideline.
It better come out. It better come out that he was hurt, by the way, because that's inexcusable.
Well, he was riding back in on the next drive.
It's inexcusable.
You know what though? See, I got the receipts. The receipts say that he was doing this with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
Yeah, he was.
He would have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb couldn't be in the backfield together. I can't figure it out. Hey, your boy Nick Chubb will have 110 yards on 12 carries. They like, we're going to cut him off at 16. We trying to keep him safe. How you keep him safe? He had 2 knee injuries.
So, you know what's crazy? Maybe the best thing that happened to the Browns today was that something stupid happened to a team that wasn't Cleveland, that historically has always happened. Did you hear what happened to Anthony Richardson?
No.
He was warming up with a resistance band before the game. This is serious. I just saw the tweet. It snapped. It broke his orbital bone.
Wow.
The Colts won today, right? The Colts won. We checked that. I'm pretty sure they ended up beating the Cardinals. Their backup quarterback's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks now with a broken orbital bone from stretching pregame. That happens to the Browns. The Browns avoided the dumb thing happening, and they still gave us nothing good to talk about.
I'm trying to think of something good.
All right, let's go. Usually it's a defense. I didn't think the defense played great today.
No.
They played fine, but it wasn't
great. They did
great.
a great job of neutralizing Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was non-existent this entire game.
Tyson Campbell made a couple nice plays and got burned a couple times. They were attacking him one-on-one. He was shadowing DK. We were talking about that earlier in the afternoon. I think that's all he knew.
You know what, though? I just want to say that's a tough situation for him to be in.
Oh, incredibly tough.
He just
Incredibly
got
tough.
here,
Yeah.
and the only thing he does know right now is man-to-man coverage.
That's tough guy to cover man-to-man.
That's tough guy to cover man-to-man. He made some plays early on, but eventually DK Metcalf got the best of him.
Yeah, it's like, again, you put yourself in a situation where Greg Schwartz talked about it. Jim Schwartz talked about it. Jim Schwartz is like, you get rid of my starting corner in the middle of the week.
What are you supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
He don't know any other coverages, so it's not like, he has to play man coverage. And DK Metcalf, they did a good job of spamming DK Metcalf. There's like nobody else is getting the ball. We know they got Tyson Campbell over here. He just got here. We going up top to him early and often, and that's what they did, man.
I'm getting incredibly worried that this defense knows how bad the offense is and knows it essentially has to play a perfect game start to finish like it did against Green Bay to have any chance of coming out with a win. And week after week, you've been there in that situation, Earl. You've been there, maybe not in sports, but where you're carrying all the weight and eventually you're just like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Screw it. Like, I can't hold it. Like,
eventually it becomes too much. Because eventually becomes overwhelming. See, like, we could talk about the psyche of being mentally tough and being locked in all day, every day, but we still are human beings.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, losing breaks you. Failure breaks you eventually. That is a negative energy type of vibe. And there is nothing about the Cleveland Browns right now that gives off positive vibes. That's just the reality. We are going through right now, sitting here fishing from anything from this game that looks like a positive. Anything.
Andre Schmidt made 3 field goals.
There it is.
Andre Schmidt. To Andre. Hey. To Andre for 3 field goals. To Andre Schmidt.
I seen Dillon Gabriel damn near rip Patrick Queen's helmet off. I thought that was dope too.
He got a standing ovation here.
Shout out to him for that one.
Listen. You know what happens is, I always tell the story. I went from a team that was on the rise, won 8 games, and then the next year the coaching staff left and we won 1 game. And what starts to happen is people start to make business decisions. Mm-hmm. People start to show up a little bit later during training, right? People, instead of putting them 4 hours in on extra stuff like your body or 4 hours studying game tape, you're doing 2. Then it's like, okay, you talk or you chat, you getting together with your teammates outside of it to talk about the game plan for this week. You're like, nah, dog, I'm cool and I'm about to go play Madden. Like, you get that type of stuff because you feel like, and this is the thing I want to get with people too. And I know we'll talk about it on UCSS. Everybody say, listen, y'all better not half step tomorrow. I said, I got you. Don't worry about it. But when you're talking about human nature, those players are looking at their coaching staff, and the coaching staff is not above reproach. They have to do their part. Yeah. Your part is to put people in a position to win football games. This nonsense about how there's some mastermind Wizard of Oz is we're going to make an evaluation and what they see. Bro, you're 4-24. I don't know nobody could be 4-24 at anything and keep a job. I don't know. Listen, no disrespect. I ain't in the chat group, bro. I'm not in the text group. I don't know where you're getting your information from. But, bro, it's not going to work. You can't keep taking these charges in the paints for Kevin. It's not going to work.
Nah.
So it's not gonna work.
Any other situation, any I don't know a coach.
I don't get it.
Think about it. The Cleveland Browns had real expectations last year, and the bottom fell out. We win 3 games, right? I don't know any coach who can survive multiple seasons of the bottom falling out. You know what I mean? Like, this has been the model of inconsistency from the very beginning. It's not even like this man has had back-to-back winning seasons during his entire tenure here.
Up, down.
This is the true epitome of what a roller coaster ride is. That is what the Stefanski era has been with the Cleveland Browns.
I just realized that we got our guy Zach here who's taking pictures. This could be the most mad-looking post-game promotion. We have to like fake some smiles. So we're gonna fake some smiles for
listen. Here you go.
No, fake it. We're gonna smile by doing this. Ready? Shout out to Jason and Ramadi at Sweet Pork.
Shout out for having us here, man.
Opened the doors to us. Shout out to everyone we met. And I forget. I don't know everyone's name, but everyone who came out here. From our guys in the back corner to our guys standing over here watching. We love y'all. Seriously, we love y'all. We may give y'all crap sometimes because it's a give and take. We like to include you as part of the show, but we really do appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming out and making this event work. And hopefully we could do some more of these moving forward. Back to the depressing stuff.
Back to the lesson at hand. Let's pivot a little bit here. Let's get to the elephant in the room. How long this gonna last? because the conversation is going to switch.
Gabriel or Stefanski?
What you want to do first?
Let's do Gabriel because we didn't really talk about how we thought Gabriel played in totality yet.
You know what's so crazy about this? When Dillon Gabriel, he is the greatest quarterback in the world throwing out routes. If it's a 5-10-yard out, he is cold. He got it. He one of them. You catch that, but he has some deficiencies. When he's searching for passes over the middle, you can tell when that pressure gets to him, he tends to sail. And we talked about it. We was at training camp. We kind of saw those. Yeah. And the most frustrating part about it is even when he battled, he got sacked a bunch of times. Even when he battled and found time to throw the ball and he put it on people, they dropped the route.
Yeah.
So it's so difficult. I mean, to me, like I've said, he is like McNuggets say, I think Dillon Gabriel will be a serviceable backup in this league for many years to come. He can learn the playbook, but he just has deficiencies in his game that limit his ability to push the ball downfield.
Listen, I was very, very interested to see how he would play once a coach had a week of film on him. And, you know, when I think about Dillon Gabriel, it's like it's two sides to the coin with this. On one side, man, nobody around him is really doing him no favors.
At
all. And then on the other side of the coin, he does have limitations and he does have deficiencies. And we all talked about last week on this post-game show that they will be sitting on that out route. He didn't end up this game with no turnovers, but there was about 3 passes that should have been intercepted. Yeah. And so when you just think about him and his situation, it looked worse after a week of film. And I get it. It was penalties. It was drop passes. But, man, there was a lot of throws that was airmailed. I did think he did a pretty good job of taking what the defense gave him. The defense played a lot of zone. A lot of zone was out there today. It was a lot of curl routes, a lot of drags. And so I told you all when we was watching the game, it was almost like they was giving the Cleveland Browns anything that was between 3 and 8 yards.
They said take it.
You could take that, you can have that. But they set on everything deep, and because of his limitations, it was tough. And then when he actually broke through and was able to make some plays, the ball was dropped.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It's just like nobody is playing complimentary football. Nobody is doing anybody any favors. And the common denominator is going to fall on Kevin Stefanski because, we might talk about Dillon Gabriel and his deficiencies and the things that he can't overcome. But at the end of the day, this dude threw for a lot of touchdowns and a lot of yards in college, had a high completion percentage in college. So his height, though it's an issue, certain coaches around him throughout his playing career have found ways to put him in positions to have success.
Hey, Drew Brees is short. Like there have been shorter quarterbacks that have had success.
Exactly.
It's not impossible.
At the end of the day, whether you a Dillon guy, Shedeur guy, or a guy that's in the draft coming up, Stefanski is not doing anything to put the players on his team in position to have success based on what they do well.
You want every quarterback to be 6'6", 6'5".
Right.
Not every quarterback 6'5".
That ain't the breaks.
It's not. And there have been guys that have overcome the lack of height and had successful careers. Look at Baker right now. I mean, Baker's not a giant. I just go back to this with Gabriel. I was telling our guys over at that table over there. Right now, the quarterback's not good enough. The coaching's not good enough. The receivers aren't good enough. And the offensive line's not good enough. And when you have that culmination all at once, you know what you get? An offense that can't score a touchdown. You have the worst offense in football, G, and I think it falls on everybody. I don't think you can pinpoint one and say the reason this offense is that bad is specifically because of X, because they all suck right now.
Yeah, it's that's why, and this is not an excuse. Like the excuse of they plant, like we knew they would be bad, so why we mad? That's like I don't get it, man. Everybody got. If you got kids, right? If your kid don't do no homework, right, and then you know he's gonna get a bad grade on the test, he go to the test and get an F, and then you say, you know, it's okay. We knew you was gonna do bad anyway. No,
that ain't happening.
That's not happening.
That ain't happening.
Like, no, you can't just put that on the field and put that on tape, and then be like, well, we thought this was gonna happen. Nah, that's not a situation. By the way, and what we're gonna do is here's an apples to apple situation. You got Joe Flacco playing on TV today, right?
Right now, he's about to get his first possession because Jordan Love just threw an interception. Yeah.
You got Joe Flacco, right? You got Joseph Flacco playing for the Bengals. If he comes out here and looks good, I get that he has multiple great receivers. I understand that that's what it is. But let me tell you something right now. If he comes out here and looks good and he's throwing the ball downfield and he looks like he ain't got handcuffs on him, because he looked like he had handcuffs here.
He's throwing the ball downfield.
Hey, he gonna throw that thing down.
It's gonna be a 10-yard sack or a 25-yard goal ball to Jamar Chase. Like there's no in between to what's happening here.
It's like different quarterbacks, same old, man. At the end of the day, it's Stefanski. It's this offense. It's the scheme. It's the play calling. Like what he did on the goal line today
is a microcosm.
I cannot believe what I saw. Everybody in the world is waiting on Quinshon Judkins to get at least one attempt,
one touch.
When you on the one, what was we on the 1 or the 2 yard line?
And it's not like he's in the game to be a decoy.
Yeah,
which I don't like anyway. But at least if he's in the game, it's like, all right, Judkins is in. The defense assumes you're going to give the ball to your best player, and then you find a way to get Harold Fannin the rock. He wasn't even in the game.
Every week, man, we leave with way more questions than anything that we have answered.
Yeah. I said this on two post game shows ago. We ran the flex in high school because we sucked.
I remember this.
And I was thinking more about this. Unless you have LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and Team USA, do you know what's never going to be a good offense? The flex. So unless somehow in one offseason the Browns find their quarterback, an entire new offensive line, and at least 3 comparable receivers to make whatever they're running schematically and systematically, I don't think it's going to matter because we've seen bits and pieces change each and every year, but the results, for the most part, have been essentially the same.
No, you're right about that.
I would like y'all to know I can't see a chat. I can't see it, whatever it is. But here's my question that I got for everybody.
Ant's on chat, dude. So
okay.
Ant's minding the chat.
You mind it. So my thing is this. Theoretically, if you do say, all right, well, we need another quarterback. These 2 quarterbacks ain't it, whatever the case may be. What makes you think that you draft a quarterback and you put them in this exact same system with this offensive line and these receivers and this playbook and expect that they're going to be magically great? It's just not going to be. And here's the thing. If you Shedeur Sanders and you sitting back and you the backup quarterback, you got to be at home on your tablet, your iPad, trying to figure out something, a plan of action, because you got the same offensive line, the same restrictions that Dillon Gabriel going to have. And if you get into this football game, my thing is, what is going to be different? What will change from this year to next year if they feel like this is the person for the job?
Yeah, that's $1 million question, because, I mean, even from this week to next week, hypothetically, if Shedeur Sanders got the opportunity to play next week, can we really say that we're going to see anything different from what we've seen already?
Kevin, we've already gone through 8 quartarbacks in the last 3 years, and the offense looks the same.
We went through 5 in one season, and it was the same stuff.
It was the same old stuff. It just seems like it's regressing, if we're being honest. It is getting worse and worse by the week.
The only thing that's changed, I just, as you said that I was thinking, was when Flacco came in 23.
Yes.
And they started utilizing more downfield play action passing. Yep. And I think that's just because Kevin inherently trusted Flacco to run that and execute that. But that's the only time really at least since I've been here. I can only go back to my first season here, which was 22, so I don't know the 21 and 20.
But it was almost like this, McNuggets. That's house money. He came in off the couch. Like they had already went through 4 or 5 quarterbacks. Like, he didn't expect him to come in and spark. He's and
he found lightning in a bottle. It's like, it works. Let's do it again.
Throw it downfield.
It's the only time Stefanski's ever spammed anything in his life.
That's it. Yeah. And we haven't seen that since. Now, listen, the most damning part about this thing is, now we did see a couple of quarterbacks throw for multiple 300-yard games. It was Jameis Winston, but that was not you calling the plays. It was who?
It was Ken Dorsey.
It was Ken Dorsey.
Who's the pass game coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys right now.
And we thought that was terrible. So my thing is, yeah, he had deficiencies in that playbook, but at least you saw somebody throwing the ball downfield. It could be a pick.
Yeah.
But it was downfield.
It was at least fun. And to me, I think this is the point of my overall frustration with the Browns. We'll get to Super Chats in a second. We appreciate everyone who sends in Super Chats, by the way. Really do appreciate you guys. If you're bad, it's one thing if you're bad, right? There are bad football teams all across the league. Half the league doesn't make the playoffs. More than half the league doesn't make the playoffs. Expectations for the Browns this year, their win-loss total was at 5.5. We knew they weren't going to be great. But this is just bad football to watch, and there's nothing that's like, hey, we're clinging to. Even when Jameis was in last year, we knew they were bad. It was like, what's Jameis going to do this time?
He might throw for 3 this week.
He might throw for 5 touchdowns and picks.
Right.
And 500 yards. There was the unknown aspect to it, and I feel like when we go into Browns games, or I told you when it was 3-0, I said 3-0 feels like 30-0 because I don't have any faith in this team to get a field goal. Now they got, yes, they did in theory prove me wrong, but we're talking about 9 points. Guys, 9 points against the defense. That was 29th in the league against the run. That was giving up 24.5 points per game going into this. I understand they were coming off the bye. I know the Browns traveled back from London, but I don't give a rat's ass. Like, excuses be damned, they have to be better. And week after week, they're simply not getting better.
It's 9 points, man.
9 points.
Whole points.
9 points.
I think Bull had more wings today than the Browns scored points.
It was crazy. Bull, look, this is wild work. Like, Bull went home and had more confidence, not even confidence, more energy level to go watch Joe Flacco, who we see be bad here. He's like, hey, let's go see what Joe's doing. This is, I mean, it's high school. It just simply is not sophisticated enough. It's just not.
We got Ant on the Super Chats today. He's the only one in front of a computer. So, Ant, you're going to read the Super Chats, and we're going to do a quick reaction to each one real quick.
Oh, boy, I pulled this short straw here. All right, first one from Cleveland Bearcat. I'm rooting for a 1-16 so everybody gets fired.
If they go 1-16 and they keep everybody,
nah,
I will Earl shave his locks.
Listen, they gotta sit me on the floor Indian style and UCSS. I will go on a boycott. We will be 1-16. No.
If we go 1-16.
They can't.
We go 1-16 and everybody keep their job. And my aunt is a retired Cleveland police detective. We're gonna have to pull her up out of retirement.
And we planting evidence.
Yeah, we're doing something.
That we have to sabotage. The only evidence.
All right, from B-Haas, guys, Nasty, Stefanski, P.J. Walker, or Gabriel, the same offense is run.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's the same thing.
All right, from the Goober, UCSS came out and showed out. Keep the real alive for us Browns fans. We need the real talk.
We
Shout out to y'all.
We met the Goober tonight.
Yeah,
he
did.
He was here. Shout out to the Goober for coming out to
We
support Wilson.
pulled up, man. And listen, it was a nasty work game, but I really enjoyed myself. If I don't think about the game, I really had fun. I literally think this felt like a family reunion.
This was the most fun 9-point loss I've ever seen in the history of history, man.
Ever.
Was it only a 9-point loss?
No, but they scored 9 points in a loss.
Same.
Next
All right, next, Paul, the true believer. Brownie the Elf is not looking so good at QB today.
Nope.
Steve S.
I'm going to stay away from that.
Yeah. Steve S. Are we over the Judy experiment yet?
Yes.
Been over.
I was wrong about him.
How many catches did he finish with?
Week 1.
I will tell you. Hold on.
Because I set the over-under for
Jerry Jeudy had 13 targets for 5 catches, 43 yards. His longest catch was 12 yards.
Oh, my God.
And he hit it. It was a couple of
3
them.
or 4. The Bang 8's the worst one. But he had 3 drops at minimum.
Early.
At minimum.
In comparison, Fannin had 10 targets and 7 catches. He only dropped the 1.
Well, they weren't all drops for Judy, but it was not good enough.
All right.
Good enough.
Moving on. Cody Monach. Fire Kevin Stefanski. Let Schwartz audition for head coach.
Schwartz will not be the head coach if they fire Stefanski.
Remember they did the same thing with Greg Williams?
Yeah.
They just decided Greg Williams was not
Jim Schwartz will not be the head coach.
I think Jim Schwartz is like one of them dudes. He's like a pirate. He does not report to anybody.
No.
Like if he was a pirate captain, he would rob his own ships. He's like, but we robbed them together. You just robbed me. I got you.
All right, the Goober 216 again says you guys tricked us. I thought you guys were all short.
Yeah.
Which if you thought G was short, you're just wrong.
So it messes people up. I told them to put me. It makes you feel sorry for me. So my arguments go over a lot better. So to everybody, I'm in the shortest chair on the set. So when I
they're
pull
all
up,
the same size.
They small chairs. That. They're literally four of the exact same chair. My legs is like 6 inches shorter than Bulls and Jason's. I tell you,
G's giant. I mean, G played Division I defensive tackle. He's a giant.
They'd be like, hold on, you look like G Bush in your jersey. Say G Bush, but dog,
yeah,
you kind of big.
G's a giant.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Yeah, look, Steve, great shot.
Oh, you listen. look at that one. Look at the height on the back of that.
It's literally the exact same.
Minimoski. Look how small my cushions is.
I'll tell you what, G, you show up on time, we'll put you in the taller chair. How about that? All right, ready, guys. Powers OG.
Touche.
Steelers dropped 5 picks today.
7 picks. They could have had 10 picks today.
I apologize. I cannot see this person's full name. It just says, this is calm. The offense has no identity. They abandoned the run in the second quarter. The playmakers can't catch. The line can't pass block. Like, seriously, the Stefanski experiment is over.
Yeah, I think people's coming around to it. It's going to be harder and harder week by week. I'm not taking no charge for Kevin. I'm not doing it.
It's like where's Waldo? The hardest thing in football right now is where's the good thing about the Browns offense?
And we tried. You know, McNuggets usually comes on. He starts every post game.
I had nothing today.
Guys,
I had nothing.
Guys, let's get to the positives.
I had nothing.
We had nothing.
I'll give you a positive.
You got a positive?
No interceptions.
Yeah.
No interceptions. Did not throw an interception.
52
throws. No interceptions.
There you go.
There's your positive. All right, HNT63, reload last week's press conference with Kevin.
Yep. Yeah, it's already on repeat.
Yep. D4L Josh says Kevin's playbook will open up with the dome.
That was a bar. That was a bar. They need a T-shirt.
That was good.
Retractable window and retractable offense.
They need a T-shirt.
Aries says Gabriel is not good. His height clearly matters, and he throws hospital balls.
Threw a couple today.
It's going to be some dudes in the hot tub.
Yeah, shout out to Sly, by the way, for 25 months of membership.
Shout out Sly.
Right
I'm starting to think that because we have Kevin Stefanski, we missed out on 2 top 10 QBs on this team, 4 and 6. Starting to think Kev held them back.
It's hard to argue. It's very hard to argue against any of it now. Whether you like him or not, it's hard to argue against any of it.
And let me tell you, Kevin Stefanski is a good dude. I'm not attacking his character. I told people if he was like my niece's 5th grade teacher or 3rd grade teacher, kindergarten, I love him. Like, yo, you listen to Mr. Stefanski.
I don't know about all that because if they miss homework assignments, all Kevin to say is you can put that on me. I don't know about all that.
No,
I don't know about all that.
All right, next one.
All right, Vernell Jackson says, guys, we're open. He's just at too short to see them. Yes, they had some drops, but he's late with every throw. He's bad in the red zone. I'm talking about Gabriel here.
It wasn't good today. There's no.
Yeah, it's rough.
I appreciate you coming out,
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Get back
Everybody
safe.
walking out. See you later. Terrell says, I honestly don't want Shedeur to have to play in this offense. It's so bad. It's so bad it makes me rethink if Deshaun Watson was actually washed.
You know what? You want
no.
Hey,
Deshaun did throw the ball backwards.
Hey, you know what?
We're going to go to the next super chat.
You know what?
Let's go to the next super chat.
Boy, we was in here today. Some people was like, "Hey, G. Bush, I'm rethinking the whole life." I'm like, I'm about to go back to school.
This is what the Browns do to people.
I just can't have people saying
right.
It's a travesty that they're holding Shedeur back and then say I don't want him to play. In this
no. He's gonna have to play.
We got he's gonna play.
He's gonna play. And by the way, he's gonna chuck it deep. He gonna put he gonna put it up in the air.
All right, guys. Shaq with no bricks says, "Who are we firing?"
Well, McNuggets. Here's the thing. Adam the Bull started it. You know, I'm the Duke knee jerk. They usually try to put these things on my CD, my mix CD. But Adam the Bull was the first person that started talking about coaches. Yeah. So he said Flores is his top candidate. And I say, dang, we 5-6 weeks in.
There's no argument against it anymore. If it's like when Jason says I wouldn't, but I can't defend him anymore. I feel the same way. Like I would. But I don't know what the argument to be made is to keep him at this point. Now, mid-season, I don't think there's any advantage to doing it mid-season.
Nah, I want him coaches way in or out.
But at the end of the year, it's time for some new blood in here.
Something.
Blowing Zaw 247 says Judge Mathis should have been on at 1 p.m. today.
Judge Mathis repeats. Y'all fire in the chat today. Listen, hey, sir, you need to stop lying. Judge Mathis, you can't say that. You just heard the opening statement.
Next.
I'm not sure how to say this. Viva Hernando 1, maybe? That was a tough watch. Only thing that could have been worse was Shanahan, McVay, and Ben Johnson. Okay. Kirk Davis says, breaking news, Stefanski has been fired.
Hey, Ben, allegedly.
He's talking at the podium right now. So.
Miss Bell 70 says Stefanski is a joke. DG is not it.
Okay.
Stephen Allen Spencer, I put $10 on the Browns to score at least one TD this game. Would have been better off donating it to the show. This team sucks, and I'm ready to embrace the tank and possible fire sale.
That's tough.
That's wild.
I thought that had to be like minus 800.
Like you just that's crazy.
We're asking it's like saying, hey, score 10 points, Gavs. Like you got to get to 10 points today.
It's almost like, can you imagine if that was the last leg of your parlay? The Cleveland Browns need to score 7 points. And that's it.
1 touchdown.
Yeah, that's pushing it.
Yeah.
And this is common again. Why wasn't Ward on Metcalf like an athletic supporter?
I think they put Campbell on him just because they said you're playing man-to-man.
Well, Campbell couldn't do anything else. That was the only thing he could do.
I actually don't have an issue. I mean, he got burned a couple times. I thought he made a couple plays. I got no issue with this.
It was one of those situations to where he had to play.
What else were you going to do?
That was the only thing he could do.
Blowing Zod says G Gnu got cooked today, and we made the right move.
What?
No, I didn't.
Very first snap that Newsome took, JSN 61-yard touchdown. They beat him deep.
Oh, listen, hey, he hit him with that. What's the name?
I don't know how he did the rest of the game, but the very first snap turned into a 61-yard.
So it was 1-1. So it was 1 for 1.
It doesn't sound like either played particularly well today.
Jacob Gordon, Stefanski play calling is like It's like a fart after Taco Bell. You can't trust it. Timu, Pat Shermer, Barry 1 for 6 drafts. Fire them all. Schwartz taking over.
Okay.
Oh boy,
Dr. Lettiff, is Deshaun Watson really washed,
Yes.
or has he been trying to steer a leaky ship?
hey, listen,
Coaching, lack of pads, catcher discipline. Kevin Stefanski is the voice in the helmet calling plays. I don't trust him.
Let me just say this. For anyone who doesn't think Dillon Gabriel's arm is good enough, Deshaun Watson had the most shot arm I've ever seen last year. I told you on the very first pass he threw, there was no way. Maybe it is partly because Kevin's offense is atrocious. I saw him throw the football live. I saw him throw the football on TV. I saw him throw the football backwards.
Yeah,
I think Deshaun is his own case of his issue.
This is the thing that happens though, man. When you start losing like this, is you start questioning reality. You start to think like, is this even me? Like, did I see what I saw? Is we that bad? And and more this happens, you're gonna have more and more people that start to question, is he that bad? I'm telling you what's gonna happen.
Vernell Jackson, guys. Oh, sorry, Earl, did you have something?
No, go.
All right, Vernell Jackson, last 25 games, 4-21, still employed. Crazy work. Robert Baxter, 6 tries. Kevin has not won in Pittsburgh, and he can't. And Dillon can escape both his reasons he needs to be fired. Kevin Stefanski is White Q Jackson from Blowins Off. Shaq
rough.
with no bricks, 52 pass attempts again. Miss Bell says, tell Mary Kay it's too late to brag up Shedeur. Vernell Jackson, have any of y'all ever caught a pass from a lefty? Ball spin's totally different. This is why most of those reps were wasted. Staff did these rookies no favors.
I'm calling BS on that.
We're both lefties here.
Whether it's
It's not that big of a deal.
You had a whole week of practice. You've had 2 weeks of practice now with it.
Wait, let me, and I don't want to prolong the death, but are you guys now thinking to yourself, they should have just played Dillon Gabriel from Jump Street?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
And I think Jason's wrong about Kevin Stefanski take. I think his take on Joe Flacco had no business ever being here is 100% right.
Yeah, I would have started. If you was going to do this, you wasted 4, 5, 6 weeks. You could have been having them rep down, and it kind of shows now.
All right, guys. Boxing Logic says Dillon was passing out one-way tickets to Gabriel Hospital. Let Shedeur off the leash, and he can spread the ball better and of height alone.
Okay.
Let it rock. Number 8 never played with a bad O-line in college. Shaq with no bricks again says, why does it look like Ford had more carries than Judkins?
It looked like it. I could have swore it did. I saw him more than I seen.
Would you believe Ford only had 2 carries?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. 34 was on the field.
He was on the field. Maybe it's the third down. I need to ask Kevin, what happened? Like 12 carries for your best offensive player is crazy. Yeah. After he had killed like that in Minnesota or against the Vikings?
Couple more, guys. All right, Aries says, one thing about Shedeur, he's going to make it. He's going to make plays, 100 times sacks, but he's going to ball. Medic 51 says we're seeing Kevin Stefanski as the common demon. Tick, tick, tick.
Okay.
Tick, tick.
And
tick.
I just lost my spot here. So riff for me here, guys.
Here we go. Tick, tick, tick.
Maybe
tick.
we have to do a better way of organizing the super chats through YouTube because when one comes in late, it then reshuffles.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Lord of the Drip says supercomputer. Andrew Torres, do you think the Browns draft a wide receiver, O-lineman, and see what Gabriel and Sanders do with better pieces instead of drafting another quarterback?
No, they're going to take a quarterback.
Here's the thing. If they are here, I'm starting to question what they would do. What do you think they would do if they don't have a coach? What would the coach do? The new coach do?
New coach is going to want to take his quarterback. Yeah, it's how the NFL. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how it works.
That's like one of those things.
Yeah.
All right, Grand YouTube channel says Shedeur's elite accuracy and touch will give him a chance to at least make some plays.
Okay.
Squizzerm says Stefanski needs to go ASAP. The receivers coach needs to follow him. DG ball placement is dangerous and lucky no one else. Bell says non-existent if the ball has to travel over 12 yards. Kirk Davis, Rams, Patriots, Saints, Eagles, Bengals, Tampa Bay, Indianapolis, Kansas City, and the Giants. All teams that sucked, and they got it right, not the Browns.
Woo.
Resurrection,
Woo.
what excuse will Mary Kay have this week? Don Peasy, 0 picks because the Steelers dropped 5 of them.
That's true.
If Mike Tomlin was this team's coach, he still would find a way to win. This is common. Ned Flanders is a good dude. I wouldn't pick him for a street fight. Set apart, Laz. Who's getting fired and who's getting traded?
I think I've been hearing Njoku's name
Njoku's name popped up a lot, yeah.
A lot.
Schefter put out a whole list of trade candidates across the league. It was basically any veteran who doesn't have guaranteed money after this year.
Right.
It's like as simple as that.
All right, guys. Be More Sadman said only if the Browns had a quarterback that could overcome the bad OL and Sherm Stefanski offense. Chris Coles. Stefanski is a solid coach. I do think some of his play calls are goofy. Judy is not the guy, and I think we need to see Sanders soon. 8 is not it. Mr. Miami says, "Gee, open the barbershop. We need to talk. Can they have? Can they even be at the Dolphins next week?"
You're gonna have to have
Dolphins are a mess too.
You're gonna have to have real questions if you don't beat the Dolphins. I mean, because the Dolphins, you got Tua talking about, I get to go home and see my wife and kids. It don't even really matter.
Mike McDaniel's getting fired.
Yeah, this is rough.
All right, it's a boy. Oz says they did a whole draft evaluation and had DG as the second best QB in the draft class. Leo King Jones, like I said, Dylan is a robot, no imagination. King Adam 12 says, "Fire me as a Cleveland Browns fan." Kirk Davis says, "My wife mailed y'all a bracelet. Hopefully y'all like them." Thank you for the bracelets.
Yeah, appreciate
I'll check for them on Monday.
Yeah, we will check for those. Mr. I crap and shits. How many players are asking for trades now? DB Dog 21, they knew this O-line was shot in the offseason. Dendrick Williams, how will Zach and Mary Kay try to defend this? BWE, Deshaun.
Zach hasn't tried to defend anything the Browns has done.
Yeah, Zach is
the most honest person.
Yeah, Zach hasn't defended literally a word.
Actually, he don't care nothing about none of it.
Yeah, Zach ain't tripping on them dudes.
Right.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson is laughing at your haters. Let him laugh. Charles Thornton, I thought that said DG was a supercomputer. He must have forgot to upload the software. Yoshi Dose, watch when Sanders plays. Reese will get the book. Miss Bell says DG's arm, you didn't see him jump to throw the ball. And that's the rest I'm going to read from that one. All right, that's it, guys. Super Chat's done.
Thank y'all for the super chats, man. We really appreciate those.
We appreciate every person who came out. This was awesome. Shout out to Sweet Pork Wilson's. Again, if you guys haven't been to Sweet Pork Wilson's, I highly recommend checking out.
You can take that $10 you bet on the Browns and come get some wings.
Yeah, delicious wings, delicious food. Great people, too. More than anything else, great people. This was a success, guys.
I think
minus the fact that Browns suck, this was a success. And that's going to do it. We're back tomorrow, normal time, 11:01 on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show channel for Earl of Pearl. For G. Bush, for Anthony Antonelli, I'm Mikey McNuggets. And the Browns are 1-5. But we ate good today, and we have good friends and great fans. That's all that matters. See y'all later.
Peace.